Hi students, so in last video we seen some numericals from this nucleus chapter, and we'll see few more, and then we can make it conclude and we'll start next chapter, right? And today's video also will cover few more problems. In this there is one problem we have here. It is later n beta number of beta particles are emitted by 1 gram of sodium radioisotope. There is sodium radioisotope is there. So here we have the question is, it is given as here, there is a radio nucleus of sodium is there, that is Na24. It is a radioactive in nature, which is emitting how many beta particles? N beta number of beta particles are emitting, which is radioactive in nature, and which is, or I'll give you the question here first. Let N beta be the number of beta particles emitted by 1 gram of sodium 24 isotope, and it has a half-life is given as 15 years. So he's asking to let N beta is the number of beta particles emitted by 1 gram of sodium isotope. Okay, and find the number of beta particles in 7.5 hours. This is the half-life is given. So in 7.5 hours, it is okay. Years is okay. This is hours are given. So in these 7.5 hours, how many number of beta particles in 7.5 hours? So here N beta particle is how much? So that is what we have the question. So here it is given this mass of this radioisotope. That is how much it is given? It is provided 1 gram of mass of this radioisotope, and in this there are some amount of beta particles are emitted. N beta number of beta particles are emitted in how much time? In 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours is, you compare with this half-life time period of the sodium isotope. So it is 15 hours, it is 7.5 hours. That means it is half of half-life. So here easily we can write them as we have. So here it is N by N naught is equal to 1 by 2 power N. So here N is how much? This N is nothing but the T of upon that time interval, how much we want to calculate. So we can write this one is N by N naught is equal to how much it is? It will become, it is 1 by 2 power N. N is nothing but T by T of, or T of by T. T of upon T. So here T of is how much? It is 15. So T is how much? 7.5. So therefore I can write here N by N naught is equal to 1 by 2 power, it is, this is okay, we require this number of half-lives. So here this will be the time interval. This is the half-life. So number of half-lives is nothing but time interval by T of. Not this one, it is time interval by T of. Correct? So that means your time interval is how much? It is 7.5 divided by 15. It will become 1 by 2. So you can write N is equal to how much you can get? It is N naught times of 1 by root 2. So this is the number as of now we have. That means in half of half-life, this much amount of the nucleons are this much amount only we have. So how many number of decade? So the decade is given by, that is I can write N beta is equal to, initially how many are there? N naught minus N, the decrease. So now I can write it is N beta is equal to N naught minus N. N is how much we have here? N naught upon root 2. right? Now in this, you just make it to be calculate here. N beta is equal to, you take N naught is common here. It is 1 minus 1 upon root 2. So 1 by root 2 is 0.707, like that you can be having. So I can write this one, it is N beta is equal to N naught into 1 minus 0.7. So what is N naught? N naught is the initial number of nucleons present in that 1 gram of that sodium isotope. So how you can be calculating this N naught? So this is, I can write here, number of beta particles emitted is equal to N naught. N naught is nothing but 1 gram, 1 upon its mass number into Avogadro number, that is 6.023 into 10 power 23. So this is N naught. And 1 minus 0.7 is 0.3. So make this a calculation, you can make it. So this is 6.023, you can write it is approximately 6 upon 24, you can write it is 1 by 4. So number of beta particle is equal to 1 by 4 into, this is 10 power 23 into 0.3. So this one point is cancelled here, it is 22, right? So it will be 3 by 4 into 10 power 22. So this is what you can be having the number of beta particles emitted. So 3 by 4 is nothing but 0.75. So 0.75 into 10 power 22, or you can write this is N beta is equal to, what is the rate? It is 7.5 into 10 power 21. So this is what you can be observed to be get the number of beta particles emitted is given by, this is a value, right? So here what we calculated, just we calculated here in half of half-life how many beta particles can be emitted, that we calculated. But initially how many particles are there? So that is not given. You have to calculate how many number of the particles are there in 1 gram of this radio sodium or this sodium isotope 24 we have. So in that we can be calculated N naught. That N naught is given by this much, that is 1, that is given mass in grams upon the mass number into Avogadro number, you can get the initial number, that is N naught we can be determined, right? So after getting this N naught, then just substitute here, make it simplified, you can get the answer, correct? Right, okay, this is what you can be having the one of the problem. This the problems what you are doing, these are from your material only, okay. Okay, this is one of the problem, and we can see the next one. Let it be, go for the next problem, that is so here we have, there is one more, that is here a question. It is somewhat lengthy. I am writing on the board the data provided. It is question number 17 in your material. Right. So that is, there are two isotopes are there. There are two isotopes are there. The question, I am just writing the data here. There are two isotopes X and Y. These are the two isotopes are there, and they are having half-lives. The half-life of this one is given as T of is equal to, it is 2 into 10 power 9 years, and for this the half-life is given for Y isotope is it is 4 into 10 power 9 years. There are two radioisotopes are there, X and Y, and their respective half-lives are given as here 2 into 10 power 9 and 4 into 10 power 9 years. And it is found that if a planet was formed with equal number of these isotopes, okay, equal number of these isotopes, then the current age of planet, given that currently in that planet the materials, the two isotopes are there, 20% and 80% of this Y. So here it can be observed to be having at present, that is currently this X will be having the 20% and this is 80% of current number of nucleons. So right, so this is the present, it will be there, this is also present, it will be there in these two radioisotopes in the given planet. So these two are there, we have in a planet, the two isotopes are there, they are having the half-life time periods are different, this is for X isotope, this is for Y isotope, and after some interval of time, at that instant, both are having this much is present in this X isotope, only 20%, and Y isotope will be having the 80% of that material present in that planet. Then find the age of the planet. Okay, it is asking to find out. Then the age of planet, you have to calculate at that which interval of you have to calculate the age of planet. This is the amount is there, this isotope in that planet, and this Y isotope is there 80% in that planet. So that is the information you have to calculate what is the age. Correct. So for this, just you can be made to observe. Initially you take the total planet has n naught. You can be observed to be having later planet has number of or the total mass, okay, planet has nucleons, these sum of these nucleons I am taking as a total as n naught, equally present initially. That means initially when the time period t is equal to 0, the time period t is equal to 0, it will be having equal, that means total is n naught, it will become n naught by 2, it is also become n naught by 2. So both these nuclear isotopes are having the equal amounts initially, right? After some time interval, whatever may be that, the time interval you have to calculate, that is age. So this X isotope is present only, it is about 20%, and Y isotope in that planet is present only 80%, right? And now let I am taking here, or okay, consider there is one more later, n be the current number of each X and Y, number of each, that is at present, let n be the current number of mass, or n be the current number of that isotopes total, let n be the current number of total isotopes in planet, right? Now I can write here, as we know, here the half-life time period is given, you can find out this n is equal to the total number, right? The combination of both, that is X and Y, how many are present in the planet after the time interval, that is n, right? So out of this only 20% is there in X, and out of this only 80% is there in Y, right? That is clear. Now you can write here by using this half-life time period, how many number of nucleons are there after this, which one you can be having the 20% only will be there, you can be having the number of nucleons at any instant of time, that is you can write here for X, I am writing for X isotope, I can write here nx, number of particles which are present after some time interval, where it will become, it is only this much amount, that is I can write nx is equal to n naught, initial number of n naught by 2 into e power minus lambda x into t, which is equal to how much it is, only 20% of current total is how much, n, therefore I can write here 20% means here correct 20 by 100 into n. Correct. So this is what you can write here, this value can be put n lambda x, that is lambda x you can write in terms of half-life time period, right? So I can put this one is, which is given by here n naught by 2, this is nx is equal to, what you can get this one is e power minus lambda x can be written as, it is decay constant can be written in terms of half-life time period, T of is equal to ln by lambda. Lambda is equal to ln2 by T of. So I can write this one is ln2 upon T of into T is equal to, this is 0.2 into n. Make it equation 1. Right? Similarly, you can go for the second isotope also. That is, we can write here it is Ny is equal to, it is again n0 by 2, n0 by 2 and e power minus lambda y into T, which is equal to, how much percentage it is? 80% of current, how many the total? N. So you can write here it is 80 upon 100 into n. Right? Now you can write this further as Ny is equal to, this is n0 by 2 e power minus lambda y can be written as again ln2 upon, what you can write this one? It can be written as here T of y into T is equal to, this is a 0.8 into n. Make it second equation. Right? Now we just make a simplify this one, equation 2 upon equation 1, then what you can get? So this will be given as here is equation 2 divided by equation 1. You can be get here this equation by this equation. That is, you can write here 0.8 n upon 0.2 n is equal to, so here it is n0 by 2 e power minus ln2 upon T of y into T divided by, you can have here it is n0 by 2 e power minus ln2 upon T of x into T. So this is what you can be get. Here this n cancel, n0 by 2 gets cancelled, and remaining is 0.8 by 0.2 will become as here it is 4. 4 is equal to, so you can make this one to be, make it a reverse, you can be put it is, right? So then what I can write this one is e power minus ln 2, right? So this will be, you just make it to be, here this will be powers same, no, just to make it this one to be, here it will become plus, right? So ln 2 upon T of y into T, so it will be, make a numerator, it will become plus, right? So it will become plus means I can put this one is okay, plus ln 2 upon T of x into T. So this whole will be in, what you can have, it is an exponential, right? In this you can take the common values what you have. So this one it is given as 4 is equal to ln2 t. So T of only it will be different, and this is a plus is there, this is a minus is there. I can write here e power ln2 t. So the positive one first I written, remaining value I have 1 by T of x minus 1 by T of y. So this is what we have, right? Now you take this exponential you want to remove, then what you can write? Take the ln, logarithm on both sides, that I can write it is taking log, taking ln on both sides, taking ln on both sides, then what you can get here it is, so ln 4 is equal to, so exponential of logarithm of exponential, you will get the power of that exponential only, that is I can write it is ln 2 into t. So 1 by T of x minus 1 by T of y. So these values are already known. T of x is, it is 1 by 2 into 10 power 9. Here 1 by 4 into 10 power 9. That I can write this one here, it is 1 by 2 into 10 power 9 minus 1 by 4 into 10 power 9. So this is what we have. So this further you can write ln 4 can be written as a 2 square. Here ln of 4 can be written as 2 power 2. So this 2 will become here. So I can write this one is a 2 into ln 2. So I can write here 2 times of ln 2 is equal to ln 2. Here you can write into t. Here common value of 10 power. You can write this will be 1 by 10 power 9. You can take common. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, right? So this ln2 cancel. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, you will get 1 by 4. So this 1 by 4 into 10 power 9, you make this side. That is, you can write t is equal to 2 into, this is 1 by 4, it will be 4 into 10 power 9, it will be years. So that is, the time period or age will be given as how much? 8 into 10 power 9 years. So this is the age of the planet, right? So like this you can be calculated. So the data just you can be initially what is given. A planet is there, in that we have the two isotopes are existing X and Y, and they are having the half-lives are given as this one 2 into 10 power 9 and 4 into 10 power 9 years, right? Initially both are having the same amount of the same number of nucleons. So total planet has having the mass I am taken as a n0, but equally it will distribute means equally it will be having, that means here n0 by 2, n0 by 2 we taken, right? And then according to the data provided here, after some time interval, it will become this isotope in that planet will become 20% and Y isotope will become 80%. After some time interval, what is the time? That is nothing but age of the rock or age of the planet. We can have, that is given by how many years? It is 8 into 10 power 9 years of age will be there for that respective planet, right? So this is another type of question we have, right? Okay. Similarly, we will see another one also. Some problem, one more we can be complete or we will see. Okay. So we will go further. There is one more problem we have. That is an isotope is there, that is we have this, there is a moon rock, in a moon rock sample is given. It is a sample of radioactive nature, a sample which is radioactive in nature, which is nothing but it is a moon rock, the name of the sample, okay, which has the number of argon atoms and number of potassium atoms are given. So here potassiums are radioactive in nature. Here the another question is we have, it is a which one? Moon rock sample. There is moon rock sample. So in this we have the sodium isotope which is unstable one, not sodium, potassium K40 which is unstable and it is converted to which one it is? Argon 40 it is coming. This is unstable, it is radioactive in nature, unstable, and this is stable. This is radioactive in nature, right? So we have a moon rock sample is there. In that the ratio of number of stable argon 40 atoms present to number of radioactive potassium 40 atoms, they are having the number of that how many are stable are there, how many are unstable are there, that ratio is given as 7:1. So here I am repeating that the ratio of number of stable argon, it is a question number yours 16 in your material, okay. So the ratio of number of stable argon 40 atoms, stable argon 40 atoms to number of unstable, that is radioactive potassium, is 7:1. Assume that all the argon atoms were produced by the decay of potassium atoms only, right? And then is asking to find out, and it is given here it is with a half-life of 2.5 into 10 power 9 years, then the age of the rock is. So you have to calculate what is the age of the rock, and is given that half-life time period for this one, that is unstable radioactive sample for potassium, it is given as it is T of half-life time period is given as 2.5 into 10 power 9 years. So this is given. And this is a question. In this, what is asking? Is asking to find out what is the age of rock. Right. So in this, the ratio is given. Which ratio is given? Just you can be observed to be having here number of stable, that is argon, upon number of potassium, that is unstable, that is given as 7:1. So that ratio is provided here. It is given as 7:1. It is provided. Correct. So here we have, this is a unstable, this is a stable one we have. Right. So which is a disintegrating and which will become as a stable one, and the number of nucleons for these stable to unstable is given as 7:1. Okay, that is given. Right. Now we can be having here, initially we have to find out which one is age of rock is how much. So this is the requirement we need to calculate. Right. So here you can be find out let the number of nucleons present in this unstable and stable. So that is, you can be right here, let it be, this is for K40, this is for argon 40. Now here when the temperature T is equal to 0, that is, it's not started the radioactive process. So it will be having, let it be, N0 be the number of nucleons. So here how much it will be there? There is no formation of this stable one because this process is not started. There is no formation of that argon stable nucleus, right? So initially when the temperature T is equal to 0, we have here this N0 number of these unstable nuclei are there, potassium nuclei are atoms, and these argon atoms are not formed. Now after some time interval T, so this will become, it is N. And what about this number of nucleons here? It will be formed. It will be retained. Means remaining it will become. That means you can write here it will be N0 minus N. The number of argon atoms are formed after a time interval of T is given by N0 minus N. Yes. Now you can be having here. This ratio is given here. Number of stable to number of unstable is given as 7/1. That means here as given that. So what is given here? It is number of nucleons in argon to number of, that is, atoms present in the potassium. As given this one, it is how much it is? That is N0 minus N upon, what you can be observed here, it is N is equal to, what do you have? It is given as 7/1. So this ratio is given. Right. Once you make it, this one to be calculated here, what you can make it? Just put here, it will be N0 by N minus 1 is equal to 7/8. Not 7/8. Just it will be 7/1. Bring this minus 1 to this side. That is, you can be having here N0 by N is equal to, it is 7 plus 1. You can put this one. It is, so I can put here N by or N0 by N is equal to, what do you have? It is 8. So this can be written as N by N0 also is equal to how much it is? 1/8. Isn't it? Right? So we have this ratio, but you can be compare with respect to the number of nucleons projected to the initial number in power of number of half-lives. So here you can be having here as N by N0 is equal to 1/2 power N. Right? So this is what you can be having the equation already we have in terms of number of half-lives. So now you can just compare this 1 and 2 from this 1 and 2 equations. What you can write? By using this 1 and 2, you can put here, that is 1/8 is equal to 1/2 power N. 1/8 can be written as 1/2 power 3 is equal to 1/2 power N. Therefore, N is equal to how much? It is 3. How many half-lives are there? How many half-lives? It is 3 half-lives are required to make this ratio here. So here half-life of this radio sample is given as how much? It is 2.5 into 10 power 9. How many half-lives? 3 half-lives. Then age of the rock is given by how much? So therefore age of rock is equal to number of half-life cycles 3. Each half-life is given as it is 2.5 into 10 power 9 years. So this is age of rock is equal to, it is 7.5 into 10 power 9 years. So this is the given equation or the value for this that is age of the rock. So like this, according to the data or question, maybe it is lengthy or whatever, you read the question properly and observe, analyze which type of process to be followed to get the solution. Right? Okay, signing off.